Hey, what's up guys? On, I think the last video, I don't even know if I uploaded it, but we have footage. I assembled the transmission. It's pretty much all assembled, torque to spec and ready to go. Got the spacer plate in, got the slave cylinder spaced out, got everything cleaned up. It is ready to go back into the car. We cut the transmission tunnel. Now all that we have left to do is put it back into the car. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. I really don't wanna do it. I've been procrastinating doing this for a while now. It's been a couple of weekends, but we're gonna finally get it taken care of so that we can finally drive this car. I think I may quickly touch up spray paint in my trans tunnel real quick, and then we're putting this in. Okay, here's what we're working with. We got these little edges and stuff like that, and I got this kind of lightly sealed off so it doesn't go inside. And then I think I want to paint this as well. You can see the undercoatings kind of coming off, which I think it would be fine. I don't think any of this is bare metal. I think it's kind of primer, but I think I want to go over it anyway. We'll just cover this up with like a bag or something, and then paint this up real quick, hit it with some coats, and we should be pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and slap this transmission back in here. Okay, we slap some primer on here around these edges here. And then we got some primer right here where I hammered. And then we'll hit it with undercoat next. Yo, what's up guys? It's a new day. I had to stop working on the transmission, but what I did get done was I wanted to make damn sure it was gonna bleed before I put it in this time. So I went ahead and hooked up the line to the slave cylinder, and I used a vacuum bleeder. Thanks, Mariah. Made a massive mess, but it worked really well. What I ended up doing, actually, I don't know if you guys may want to do this if you have a C5 or C6 slave cylinder. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know, but I could not get it to bleed with the fitting. Let me show you what I mean. So this right here wouldn't bleed because when you loosen it, it leaks out of the back of this fitting here. So you pretty much can't bleed the damn thing. So I took a regular AN fitting, and then I put this fitting on and then shoved it into this AN fitting while it was screwed into this. And then I just vacuum bled it. And then that worked perfectly. I got all the bubbles out. It got everything through the whole system. It's all bled. And then I went ahead and I wanted to double check and make sure it worked. And I know I'm an idiot because I went ahead, climbed up into the car, and I think I used the ladder right over here. Yeah, I climbed up into the car and I pumped the clutch pedal just to see if it would do anything. And let me tell you, it did. It popped, it like literally blew my slave cylinder apart. So I was pumping it, I got pressure and it felt good, and then all of a sudden it just blew it apart. But it was no big deal. All I had to do was push it and put it back together. So now that I know it works, we can go ahead and shove the transmission back into the car. Okay, flash forward into the future, and I just went ahead and finished everything up because the camera died. But long story short, I finally got the transmission stabbed, got it all bolted up. Everything's bolted up, put the drive shaft in. All ready to go. Got the transmission mounted. All ready to go. And we'll see if the clutch is gonna work. And let's see if we're gonna see the car move for the first time on its own. We'll see if the engine's strong enough to move it. We got it running and I have it somewhat situated and stuff, and we're gonna take it for its first drive. I know that it doesn't run very well. I'm hoping, I don't know what is wrong with it. I've looked at almost everything. I can't figure out what it is, but I'm hoping that maybe we'll drive it and it'll maybe work itself out. We'll see. Let's see how good it drives. It's so loud. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. God, this feels so weird. God bless the sunlight, holy crap. What's that, turbo? Or them turbos, plural. So this thing is rough, it's sketchy as shit, just like any first drive. I really didn't think it would feel so like bouncy, but for some reason it feels really bouncy for having such like stiff springs. You can feel how big the car is. Proper first drive, 100%. Driving on the main highway. It's a big win. We made it to our very own 7-Eleven. It's still being built. Like, definitely under construction, but this looks sick. Missing a headlight and everything, but it's a proper first drive. I can't wait to get this thing its first tank of gas at an actual gas station. We got Mariah with us. Looking pretty good. Big moment right now, like huge moment. I can't believe I finally drove it. I've had this car for like a year and a half and I've never driven it ever. The furthest I've ever went with this thing is Caleb pushed me down the hill when I first got it and I rolled it into the driveway. It seems to be running super iffy, but it does run and it pulls okay. It just like seems like if I get into past like 25% throttle, it just cuts. So it's not like a boost cut or anything. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll have to take a look, and I'm definitely gonna actively be troubleshooting that, because as soon as we fix that and get an exhaust, you know, cover up my trans hole and, you know, like just the little stuff, put everything back together, finish wrapping it, it's done. Like, we're really that close. Like, it's pretty close to being done. I can't get over how it looks. Let's check under the hood real quick. I'll show you. I found a oil leak. I forgot to show you guys. I'm gonna show you. It looks like my rear turbo is leaking, so we're gonna hurry up and get this back to the house. It's leaking back here. Looks like the drain may be leaking onto the downpipe. Not a good combo. Other than that, it's looking fine. Everything looks good. This yellow is so bright in the sunlight. All right, let's go ahead and get this back to the house. Actually, we're gonna get our first fill up, and then we're gonna go back to the house.